All right. Welcome to scene 12 of Black Tower Tales. I'm Body. I'll be your player dungeon master for today. We are currently following Nix and Wiggins' Shadow Cloak still. And last time, they continued exploring this dungeon under the castle and found a room with some skeletal spiders that were guarding a pile of loot, basically a bunch of copper, silver, gold, and platinum coins with a ruby and an emerald uh, in their room. So with this next scene, the thought is that we're going to continue exploring this dungeon, and I think the expected scene is they're going to go through this doorway and see what's on the other side. But first, we need to understand if we're going to get a altered or interrupt scene. So we're going to roll against the chaos factor, which is 4 for this scene. And we actually have target 12, just so I cover that real quick. But chaos 4, target 12, we're looking to see, are we rolling under the chaos factor? And we did not, rolling an 8. So the next scene is what we're expecting. And now we're going to see, is this a hallway, is this a passage, or a room? I'm going to say rolling high on the D4 is a room. So it's a passage. Okay. So what's the what passage are we seeing? It's going to be a D20 on the passage table in the Solo Adventurers Toolbox, and it is a 19. Oh man, so once again, we have a passage that's an opening in the floor, straight drop down, to a room or a passage. So it is a 30-foot drop. Into, let's see, what is it? Where did the D4 go? There we go. Into another passage. So I don't think they're not going to go down into that. That's something they're trying to find their way out of the dungeon. I don't think that they're going to be of the opinion that going deeper is going to be the way out, unless of course that's the only way out, the only way they have moving forward. Actually, so it's an opening in the floor, straight down, but there's a chance that it has a ladder or some actual means of going up and down. Maybe it's a broken. Maybe there's a, what do you call it, a dumb waiter or something where you are able to, it's counterweighted like an elevator and you're able to pull yourself up and down. So I think that is something that is, I think that's 50-50, because part of me wants to say that it's unlikely, but part of me also thinks that it's something that, hey, that seems reasonable. Like, if you're going to have this sort of 30-foot drop down to another level, actually, yeah. The question really is there something there that they're able to use? And so we're Chaos 4. So that's going to be a 50-50 roll, which is going to be a 35% chance. So 67. So no. So maybe there's the remnants of a ladder that has since been rotten out. But basically, they're going to have to find some other means to get down if they want to go down that far. But now we're going to go over here to this other doorway coming out of the room that had the skeletal spiders, and we're going to find out high once again is going to be a room and low is going to be a passage. But we get a room this time, and we are going to once again roll on the room table to see what the nature of this room is. What does it look like? So 19 means we get a trapezoidal room. All right, 6d6 times 10 roughly on each side. Okay, that's interesting. It's a roughly 20 by 20 by 20 by 20 trapezoid. So what does that look like? I think it's going to look like that. Like this weird angle. to the room. That's interesting. And that also, there's no exits to this room other than the one that they're coming from. So that makes me question what the heck is in this room. And for that, we're going back to our 6d12 tables. We do have a room contents table on the Solo Adventures guide or toolbox, but I kind of like the 6d12 from the second part better, rather than rolling a d100 and having it spit something out for you. But let's see. For the black, we've got 3, which is nothing. For blue, we've got a 9, so that's something. We have a clue. So in this trapezoid room, there's a clue to the nature of the dungeon. Oh wait, no, that was white. So there's a feature. My bad. The blue die is a 4, so there's not going to be a clue. It's a feature. White is a feature. Modeled is a 12 plus is what we're looking for an NPC, so there's not going to be that. Yellow, depending on if there's enemies and there's not, so we do not have any treasure. And clear, 12, there's a skill challenge. A feature and a skill challenge. All right, that's cool. So what is the feature? In fact, because we know that this dungeon, as from the DM side of things, this dungeon is a temple or a shrine. And that's also something that is alluded to with all the skeletons we've seen. I'm going to say that this room has the central shrine for this dungeon area. So we want to roll on the mythic tables in order to really flesh out the nature of this shrine. But I'm not even going to roll on the the skill challenge or the feature table to see what's in here. I think it just makes too much sense for it to not be, or for it to be anything else. But here we go. As far as the action and descriptions table, we're going to go action 2 and descriptor 1. So the feature, the shrine, and this also informs our skill challenge as well, is a 96 action 1. Or no, I said action 2, didn't I? Vulnerability. And 50, which is a helplessly vulnerability. Helplessly vulnerable, or vulnerability helpless. So that says to me that this is some sort of sacrificial altar that it's basically maybe the walls are covered with splattered gore and blood, and maybe and this, I'm gonna say that actually there are also like these shrunken heads similar to what we saw in this previous room. There's dozens of these little shrunken kobold heads. Actually, are there only kobold heads? 50-50, we're at 35, 15. So yeah, there are not just kobold heads. There's shrunken heads of all types of different creatures, like a bear, like there's people and orcs and gnomes and all sorts of creatures with these little shrunken heads dangling from the walls, hanging from ropes and chains and things like that. And then there's this in the center of the room. There's actually it's a trapezoidal altar as well. That maybe there's. I think I like the idea that the shape of the trapezoid room and the altar are similar as a way to make the room have this cohesiveness of the room. But my question is further, what is there someone or something on the altar, the sacrificial altar, right? I think it's a 50-50. I think it's unlikely that it's someone that is like still alive. I think if anything, it's someone that is was sacrificed, or the remnants of someone who was sacrificed a while ago, and because no one's here. But we'll figure that out along the way. 50-50. We've got a 30. Is there someone or something on the sacrificial altar? That's a 49. We had a 35% chance. So that's no. There's not currently anyone on the altar. But what is the nature of the skill challenge? Let's see. Let's see if we have something here that can help us. So we know this room, actually, I think the skill challenge focuses largely on Wiggins, and how he's sort of freaking out. He was freaked out by the shrunken kobold head earlier, and this is also something that's going to freak him out. So I think there's some sort of magic essence in this room that is assaulting his consciousness, basically. That he is, as a magic user, he's sensitive to this sort of thing, and that's why he was freaking out about the head of the kobold earlier. And entering this room, he sort of goes into this, I don't know about catatonic state, but he like starts having a I don't know, a mental breakdown. Doesn't seem like the right word, doesn't seem like the right description, but he's in this mental battle with whatever forces are at play here. And also, I think this is related to the chaos statue that he found earlier. I don't even think that's something I need to roll. I think the same forces which cause the miner to go crazy and his party, and that were in that little statue that he had earlier, are making him freak out more now. Like this sort of chaos spiritual forces here. So I think what's going to happen is actually Wiggins is going to like go not catatonic, but he's going to actually be fighting Nyx, and she's going to be trying to not suppress him, but bring him back into reality. So we've got this 20 by 20 trapezoidal room, and actually I think yeah, that makes sense since it's a sacrificial altar in the room. I think what Wiggins is going to do is he's going to try to like sacrifice Nyx on the altar. So I'm going to say she has like a chance to see what's going on with them. So they enter the room, and this is a small ass room. So she's gonna have a chance to see him and like realize what the hell is going on. Like he's his eyes are like glossed over even, and so she's wandering around the room. He walks in, goes up to the altar, and is like just like zonked out. She's wandering around the room looking at all the shrunken heads, and being sort of taken in by the strangeness and foreignness of it. And he is looking at the altar and like just contemplating the crazy things that are going on here. I think she gets another chance. This time it's going to be easy. So target 9. She has a +1. 17. So yeah, this time a couple moments pass. She maybe gets a little closer and doing a lap around the room, and then looks up at him, and he's just like in this freak out state. And she's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And he doesn't respond. So, what is it that he does? Let's see, because let's go to that the monster tactics. Sort of treat Wiggins as a monster right now. Go to the round by round monster reaction table. 72. The creature uses its main attack. So yeah, all right. So he's he doesn't really have, yeah, he doesn't have a weapon on hand. He has his wand and he has like a dagger, but he doesn't have it in his hand already. So I think he's just going to attack her. Basically, she sees him freaking out, and as she says something, he like looks up and doesn't. It's as if he didn't realize she was there, and he just jumps across the altar and takes a swing at her. Because I think it's something along the lines of he has this like his consciousness is obscured by the crazy visions that he's seeing because of the chaos energy of the shrunken head type magic. So he's going to, it's +0 versus target 12. So he lunges at her and tries to hit her, and then she dodges out of the way and is going to back away. And she's like, what the hell's going on? I think my question is there anything physical about him that shows that he's under some sort of like spell, like having his eyes whited over, not just being glossy. So I think that's a 50-50. Is there any way that she would be able to tell? So no, actually no. So he looks normal. He's just acting really crazy. So she backs up into the corner, and I think she's just gonna she's gonna use her action to just be like dodge and try to not fight him right now, especially since she's sitting in the corner. So I think that's gonna be, I'm gonna say, yeah, we're gonna compare her roll to the target. Oh yeah, and so she gets a 20 on that after her +2 dex, and so now anything that he does to attack her is gonna be, we'll say, disadvantage. And what are his tactics now? 89. If the creature won initiative, it was aware of your presence and has a surprise attack ready. That doesn't. So he has some sort of surprise attack. I don't know. I think instead of attacking her like through like straight up now, he's gonna run up to her and try to grab her. But he's already at strength 0, and so he's gonna have disadvantage on this. 17 and a 16. Okay, so he does actually end up grabbing. Oh wait, this is gonna be a contested roll. I don't know if that's going to change much, but no, yeah. So he ends up grabbing her, and he drags her over to the altar and is just like trying to push her down onto it. Now she is going to have her turn. She's going to basically try to get away from him. And I think, yeah, she can use her dex for this because she's trying to like wiggle away. It's not like she's overpowered from the strength standpoint. So no, she's actually unable to wiggle away from Wiggins, and he actually, he pushes her towards the altar, and he's okay. We're gonna see the monster tactics. 52. Creature uses its main attack. So yeah, he's gonna once again try to give her a sock to her noggin. Target 12. Oh no! What the fuck? Oh my god! So he actually is able to hit her now. And get a D4 plus a D12 because of the ultimate effort. That's what you do. That's what happens when you crit in this game. Oh man. So 7. So he actually And she has 7 hit points, so he knocks her out. Jesus Christ. I don't even really remember what happens. I think you get what? Yeah, you get a D6. But before that, I think he is going to have, because, like, of what's happening, this, and actually, like, harming her, he's going to have an opportunity to snap out of it. Or to resist the magic that is happening here. But it is a wisdom, so he has +2. But he has disadvantage because of the being freaked out by. Actually, do I think that still applies? No, because I don't think the freak out, because he's already like entranced by the chaos magic. And I also think part of it, honestly, is because I don't want him to freaking kill her. I think, and that's just like I don't want him. I don't want to just be a complete success and make it easy just to say that he resists the effects all of a sudden now. But I think it's not only going to be not disadvantage. I think he's going to have target 9 for his +2 wisdom. So he has. It's more likely than not that he'll snap out of it, but anything can happen. Oh man, this is yeah, target 9 +2. Yes, okay. So seeing his fist like smack into her head, and then seeing her body go limp, like, makes him realize have that moment of lucidity that he's just like, what the fuck is going on here? And it's just like he sees that, oh no, he has to get the hell out of here, and so he's going to attempt to take her out of this room, because he still feels, now that he's lucid again, he still feels like really, not incensed, but he just feels like the energy of the shrunken head magic here is not something he wants to be involved in. So they leave the room. He drags her out of the room. Let's see, does he do it very easily? Strength. So no, he's a weak guy. So he only rolled a 10 on the target 12. Now it's easy. He's got a 9, and now he's able to drag her out of the room. And obviously, like, she's got that D6 now, because she's done. Oh no! So we're just gonna use a D12 as a D6 for the moment. Yeah, so that's going to be a 5. So she's got 5 rounds till she dies, and he is going to be taking his action in order to try to save her, to revive her. And he does it on the first try, so he's able to, like, bind her wounds. Maybe she had a cut or something that was scabbed over from the previous fights with the skeletons. But then he's able to bring her back, and yeah, that's, holy shit. That is, I think, he left the room. That's I think that's going to be the end of the scene. They leave. They get out of there together, and she is in a bad state. She's still unconscious. And man, yeah, that was not the way I was expecting that to go. So for the next scene, this is just, yeah, this is making the whole chaos statue thing a lot. We're actually going to change this thread as part of this cleanup. Instead of just the chaos statue, just the chaos magic of the world is like, that's starting to get a really strange, really big thread in this, I think. Let's see. So anyways, for scene 13, I think, yeah, chaos goes up. Chaos, because that was crazy. Chaos 5. Target. I'm going to say target 11. Because that was. And then. Yeah, so we end this scene. He's taken her back into the room with the skeletal spiders and is nursing her wounds. And then we're going to find out what happens next on the next the next episode of Black Tower Tales. So wow. Geez. We'll see you next time.